Nightlife looks completely different these days. Bar patrons have taken things into their own hands, shaking up cocktails at home, ordering booze from an app, turning up Bluetooth speakers to listen to a virtual DJ on Instagram Live, maybe even while Zooming with friends. Well, in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic, the new social distancing requirements and ever-changing state-by-state safety precautions have caused many owners of bars and clubs to wait with bated breath. Meanwhile, many people are wondering, can bars and nightlife return to the glory days post-COVID-19? Ain't nothing nowhere, no how getting me up in the club again, Jane.
Well,
nothing nowhere how no thank you, not going up in the club.
Well, between churches and between bars, it looks like it's the same state. In other words, you look at the churches and you look at this church in Texas, and then in California, I think it was yesterday, they said 180 members were exposed. And can you imagine those numbers in the bars? Because we have these big numbers in the bars and they're getting together. I say we wait for 3 weeks and see what happens with the numbers. But well, I didn't go to the bars anyway, but if I was young,
I still
wouldn't go to the bars.
Sorry. The good old days, all right? Now, Jane, I know you're not a clubber. I spent some time in the clubs. Not a lot, a little.
I was in the church.
A little, okay.
Which for right now, believe it or not.
I was in the club and in the church next morning. No, I'm just kidding you.
It evens it out, though. I think with its clubs or church, you still got the same dynamics.
It's the same thing.
Right. Are you being safe?
Tons of people. I mean, the club is crazy, though, because you're talking about people are dancing and crazy, and there's a lot of sweat flying. Well, sometimes in the church, too, baby.
Absolutely.
Some sweat flying. I guess so, right?
And people get the Holy Spirit, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the same dynamic.
Right.
It just, and when you're sitting in those church pews, if it's like First Sunday, people are packed in there.
Packed together.
So it's the same thing. It's just a little bit more movement, a little bit more action in the clubs.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because you can't social distance in a club. I mean, that's the whole point. You go to a club and everybody's on the dance floor and doing their thing. How on earth are clubs? And I mean, I've been to, my daughter had her birthday party at Club Live in Miami, which is like the hottest club. And
oh, is it?
It is like one of the hottest clubs. This was in January. I was thinking, when was that? Geez, this was just January of this year. We had our birthday party in Club Live in Miami, which if anybody knows, that is just like...
That's the place, huh?
That is the place, and you are packed in like nobody's business in that club. I mean, even the VIP is packed upon packed. So there's just no way these clubs, that's sort of the whole excitement of it is, who's who, and everybody's all dressed and dancing and having a good time. So I don't know how these clubs are going to be, getting to get back to go back to their normal
in those
selves.
kinds of numbers.
Church is easier to control because
except on First Sunday, you got the usherettes, you've got the different boards. Everybody's in church, and everybody likes to be seen on First Sundays, and so I still think the same rules apply. There will not be the same. I don't think there's even going to be social distancing there, at least initially, until we see the numbers.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Well.